Hello everybody, my name is Kara, and today I'm here with a very exciting announcement. That is to announce a Shakespeare-themed readathon called All the World's a Page. I know that there's lots still going on, what with coronavirus and the protests and Black Lives Matter and all of that, so I don't want to detract from that in any way. If you are able to escape into books a little bit, we would absolutely love to have you, but again, we totally understand that some people may not be feeling up to participating in a readathon or anything like that. And as I have been doing, I will put some more links in the description box about how you can continue this forward momentum for the Black Lives Matter movement. So I'm going to get into the information for the All the World's a Page readathon. All of this information will be in the description box, and we will also have a link to a Google Doc where you can find all of the prompts and the dates and everything like that. So I have two wonderful co-hosts joining me. That is Julia from Shakespeare and Such and Olivia from Olivia's Catastrophe. I love both of them so much, and we're all very passionate about Shakespeare, so we're all very, very excited for this readathon. As for the dates, this is going to run through the entire month of July. We really wanted a long time frame so that there wasn't a lot of pressure, especially for people who are maybe just getting into Shakespeare. And speaking of which, the whole concept of this readathon is that we really want to get people less intimidated to read Shakespeare. We know there's a lot of things about his writing and about his plays, and especially about the way that they're taught in schools, that understandably make people a little hesitant maybe to pick up a Shakespeare play or to try Shakespeare after not liking him in school. And we totally understand that. So the whole idea for this readathon is that it's geared towards just lessening that intimidation a little bit, and also we want this readathon to be only as challenging as you want it to be. So to that end, we have 3 different paths that you can take, depending on how familiar you already are with Shakespeare, or even just depending on the amount of effort you want to put into this readathon this month. So even if you're like a Shakespeare expert, if you just don't want to commit to doing a ton, totally understand that. So we're going to go through the prompts. So first off is if you are a Shakespeare beginner, and for that there are 3 prompts. The first one is to start reading any Shakespeare play. You don't have to finish it, don't pressure yourself to finish it during the month, just get started. Just start familiarizing yourself with the story and with the style of language and everything. If you do finish it, great. If you want to read more than one play, that's great too, but we just want this to be very, very low stress, especially if you're just starting out. The second challenge is to watch a Shakespeare adaptation, because theaters are still closed. This will have to be like a movie or TV version, but there are lots of those, and I will actually have a recommendations video coming up, and part of that will be some film adaptations to watch. And the third and final challenge for the beginner track is to read any Shakespeare retelling, because that's the other point of this readathon, is we really want to focus not just on Shakespeare's work, but on retellings of his work. I'm a big fan of Shakespeare retellings, and I know Julia and Olivia are too, so that's another thing that we really wanted to celebrate in this readathon. So those are the 3 challenges for the beginner, or the just getting started, or the like low commitment path. And now for the intermediate, there are also 3 challenges, but those are different. The first one is to read a play or sonnet or longer form poem or anything by Shakespeare that is new to you, so one that you haven't read before. The second challenge is to reread a favorite Shakespeare play. I'm going to keep saying play, but just understand that to mean sonnet, narrative poem, etc., in addition to plays. And then the third challenge is to read a book featuring Shakespeare as a character, or a book that is set during his lifetime. There are some books out there that have Shakespeare as a character. Actually, one of my favorite recommendations I'm going to talk about does, but there's not quite as many of them as we had hoped, so that's why we included you could also have it set during his lifetime, and his lifetime was 1564 to 1616. So any book set during that time period would fit. So those are the intermediate prompts, and also a note that as you're deciding which path or which prompts you want to do, treat these very loosely. Like if you want to pick and choose certain prompts from every track, if you don't want to follow any of the prompts, you just want to read a Shakespeare play or a Shakespeare retelling, please feel free to do that. The most important thing about this readathon is that you enjoy it, and that we all have a good time reading Shakespeare or Shakespeare adjacent works. So now getting to the advanced section, there are quite a few prompts for these. We have 3 kind of like normal challenges and 3 bonus challenges. I will probably be trying to complete all of them because I'm me. So the first official challenge is to read a play or retelling that is outside of your comfort zone. So maybe it's from your least read Shakespeare genre. For me, that would definitely be the history plays. Maybe it's a retelling of a Shakespeare play that you don't actually enjoy very much, anything like that. You can interpret that however you want. Second challenge is to read a historical or period appropriate retelling. And the third and final official challenge for the advanced group is to read a speculative retelling. So that would be fantasy, science fiction, magical realism, or fabulism, anything like that. So now for the 3 bonus challenges for the advanced round. The 4th challenge overall, and the first bonus challenge, is to read retellings of 3 different plays or 3 different genres. Number 5 is to read a work of nonfiction or critical analysis based on Shakespeare or his work. And finally, number 6 is to read something that could be considered source material for one of his plays. So maybe that's another writer's version of a story that Shakespeare adapted, because he did adapt quite a few existing stories into his own plays. It could also be a book about a character or historical figure that he portrayed in one of his plays. This is another one that is kind of open to interpretation. So those are the challenges. Again, those will be listed in the description box, and they will also be listed in the Google Doc, which I will link to. And also in the Google Doc will be a complete list of Shakespeare's plays, so you can have that all in one place along with the challenges. And also under each play, Julia and Olivia and I have listed all of the retellings that we know of that are retellings of particular plays. So these are not going to be necessarily ones that we officially recommend. Some of these will be ones that we haven't read, some of these will be ones that we haven't enjoyed, but we will also have recommendations videos coming, so if you want to know what we specifically recommend from that list, keep an eye out for those. But yeah, just because we haven't read or don't enjoy something, it doesn't mean other people won't enjoy it. So if you're just looking for what will fit certain prompts, check that list out. It probably won't be exhaustive because I'm sure we have missed some, so you also feel free to Google or to look on Goodreads lists or anything. I'm sure there are retellings that are not on that list, but that's a really good resource to start with, and we did do the best we could to include everything we could find. There will also be an official Twitter account, which I will link down below as well, so be sure to follow us there and to tag us on Twitter if you do a TBR or a wrap-up or anything related to the readathon. And like I said, we will also be doing our recommendations and TBR videos to come. And I think we all will also be having a kind of guide or intro to Shakespeare video, so keep your eye out for those as well. Those will be especially great if, like I said, you're kind of interested in maybe trying Shakespeare, but you're not really sure where to start or like how to pick a play to read or anything like that. And I think from what it sounded like, Julia and Olivia and me all had kind of different ideas on what kind of guide we were going to provide, so there should definitely be something there that fits for you. So I think that is everything I need to cover in this announcement. If I have left anything out, I will also put that information in the description box. And please comment down below and let me know if you guys are going to participate. If you have any ideas about which path you're going to do or what you're going to read. I can't wait for this, and again, I understand if it's something people aren't really feeling like they can commit to, but if you are able to temporarily escape from the real world in this way, we would love to have you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you soon with another video, and I hope you love the next book you read. Bye!